Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello Sagittarius, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and for those of you who haven't subscribed, I invite you to subscribe to my channel right now or at the end of the video. And also don't forget to give a thumbs up and or leave me a comment if this resonates with you in some way or form. And also, I don't normally say this, but and share it with others if it as well. If you get something from it and you feel like you want to share it, just put it out there a little bit more, and the message may resonate for a friend of yours, okay, or something like that, or a family member. So I can say I don't normally say that, but anyway, I'm just going to roll with it. So if this resonates, so this is a general reading, so just a reminder that and if it resonates with you, wonderful. If it doesn't, then just leave, put aside what doesn't resonate with you, like right now, because it may be more that it might resonate with you in a couple of days, or or even a couple of months, depending on what is going on with you or for you. The other thing is, I'm just wanting to say, check out one of your other signs as well. So it may be helpful to, I do encourage that, because it may be, depending on where this reading is for you, sits for you, because it may just give you a little bit more of an idea, or comprehensive read, and and fill some gaps in the way there that, and kind of give maybe a little bit more confirmation or clarification with something. So let me see. That's all I really want to talk about right now. Okay. So we're just going to get right into it, or quite quickly actually. So this is like really interesting, because I've tried to start this video in about 6 times now. This is the 6th time, Sagittarius. So it's kind of really interesting, because it's like it just did not feel right with the intro. Was I got something like tongue tied. It was like la la la. And then there was a distraction along the way there, and I cleared the space and that sort of thing, and set this energy for us. And I feel like this is more about you that's going on. So I feel like too, there's a sense of this is, like I said, if this doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. If it does, that's wonderful. Either way, it's wonderful. But it's like, and not all of it does. So I've just got to go with it. And I feel like there's a part of that with you is just going with it, with what's going on with you, in and around you. I feel like the energy may be a little bit scattered and that sort of thing. So, and just because of things going on around you, and also within you with what is going on around you, it's kind of like making you maybe feeling a little bit scattered with your energy, but within your mind as well, because it's like there's this happening, there's that happening, and it's maybe pushing some buttons within you to like look at that, and maybe you're not listening to them or like registering what is going on. But also there's some of this like there's the planetary movements with how the moon energy is going, but how the planets and are shifting and that sort of thing. So and moving around. So there's with all this COVID stuff that's going on. Some of you may have been like some of you may have been like thrown off balance a little bit. So it's just about just getting back on track. And it's not a negative thing. So some of you may be feeling it or seeing it as a negative thing, what's going on, but it's all what I'm hearing from Spirit, like with us all. It's all about learning how to manage our energy, and learning about taking notice of what is affecting us. Is it our stuff, or is it somebody else's? Are we getting caught up in the drama of something else when it's not really our drama? And maybe you deep down, or nearly deep down, you're quite calm about it. So for you to be, well, not all of you, okay, but some of you to be a little bit more rattled than usual, maybe quite out of character for some of you. And some of you, that's you may have been super rattled, and others of you may not be as rattled with everything that's going on around at the moment. So I feel like, because they're showing me the world, a globe with the world at the moment. So there is that whole thing about, the collective energy from what is happening in different parts of the world. So some of you may have loved ones that are on the other side of the world there that maybe you're worried about. or that, you know, and or that sort of sense, which may be like throwing you off kilter. So wherever you are, whether you're in New Zealand or anywhere along overseas, so you know, sending out love and healing energy to you, to you all, from, you know, yeah, okay, from Mother Earth. Okay, so I'm just interesting because from Mother Earth, and my dragon has been connecting with me a lot lately. He's, you know, soul, you don't know what I want to use anyway, has been connecting with me a lot lately, and, you know, with grounding and things like that, but just on a soul level as well. So there is, and other dragon energies have been connecting as well. I'm just trying to concentrate, focus on where I'm going and seeing what they're actually talking about. So, and I'm going to start off with the Dragon Oracle Dragon Fade cards that I've purchased a little while ago. Now, when I say a little while, about 2 or 3 months ago, and I haven't really used them for, reads. So this is the first time they've come out this month to, they're wanting to come out and to share their knowledge and their wisdom. I want to take this one because it's sticking out, and then this one. So we're doing a flow of mind, body, spirit, soul flow, and we'll see where that goes. So I feel like there's a couple of rows here. We'll see what comes up for you. So anyway, the first card out is Gaia's Dragon. So this is the divine. I just put my teeny writing on there, and I'll hold it up. Divine union, okay, with Gaia's Dragon. So there's something on the mind space there where there is some sort of, you know, divine union. When I hear about that, it's like a coming or a balancing, coming together. Okay, so we'll and connecting with Mother Earth, but also yourself. And then the second card here is the Dragon Fade Goddess Tiamat. You are stronger than you think. And the Time Guardian is you have time on a spiritual level. So we'll just see how it comes out on the soul level here. This one's taking a little bit of time, so I'm just thinking. So there may be something about timing, and you may be feeling that at the moment. So with some movement that's in your life, so that's maybe taking a little bit of time, or you're feeling it's taking way more longer than what you think, what you thought it was going to be. So, but I do feel like something is coming to end, or to the end of something, or fruition is the other word that I'm getting. So I'm noticing that I'm swallowing a lot, or just waiting and pausing, and okay, this is it, okay. And Bridget, we are one. So I'm just going to just pause here for a moment, because we're going to go to these cards here. So yeah, the Gaia's Dragon, the Divine Dragon. So this is number 37 in the deck. So 37, 3 is about balance. So there's something about balancing in your mind, because 7 is about creation and knowing and realizing and remembering that we are the creator of whatever it is that we're wanting to do. So maybe things may be a little bit out of balance for you about how you, in your mind, the way you're thinking and that sort of thing, about manifestation or intention setting and that sort of thing. So, which is kind of where they're talking about before about, you know, something you may be feeling like something has been held up, or you know, along those ways, in that sense. And I feel like, when I just want to say again, what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling is about divine timing, okay, as well. So it's like, in the meantime, there are other things that are that you could be doing in the meantime. It's like still doing what you're doing, but it's like until, you know, you get the next symbol about what it is that you're looking for. So some of you, I'm hearing, is about relationships. Some of you new people coming in, and some people like you leaving and moving out of a relationship. And some of you is like there's a brand new energy or a brand new relationship coming through, as in a love way. But also I feel like there's brand new relationships being built, or brand new relationships being built with different like networking systems or people in your networking, whether that's for a business as well or some sort of project that you're doing. It could be that you are like career building, as in studying or already in a career, not necessarily your own business, but building a career. And it may be like you're looking at changing something really new, and it's just getting your head around it, because what you're drawn to may be quite the opposite of where you thought you were going to go. So then we have, so there's something about that with the mind card here, with the mind. And then we have the Dragonfly Goddess, and you are stronger than you think on the physical level. So not necessarily on a physical level, but for some of you, it may be that, you know, physically getting around, moving around. And, you know, there's a bit something to do with agility as well there that is coming through. But I just feel it's, on a physical level, maybe some of you are thinking that you're not as strong, but also on the mental, emotional side of, you know, the way you're thinking about things and emotionally, and maybe you may be thinking you're not as strong as you could be, or something like that as well. But this is number 15 in the deck. So there's something about energy there, like with the 5 is about energy and about, you know, energy. Everything is energy and vibration. So it's like, when we put energy into something and we're taking the action, and, you know, that's kind of where I feel like they're going with it. So you might have the thought or the ideas, and, you know, like in the future with this divine timing thing. But in the meantime, you may be, okay, it doesn't, it may be that you, like I was talking about before, is just like taking those necessary steps to, in the between, so when the actual time comes, it's like you'll be ready to like just pick up and go, or pick up and move. But I feel like some of you are being procrastinated about that, and that may be a pattern. So getting yourself prepared for that, and, you know, getting out of that self-pity mode, or getting out of that fear mode, or getting out of that whatever it is mode that's stopping you or slowing you down, or that distraction mode, whatever, you know, in the sense, and or prioritizing and organizing. So some of you may be quite you know, quite busy, but on saying that, I feel like there may be that could be the distraction. But I'm hearing like just prioritizing and setting some side up about, you know, to help like sort some, declutter some, whether it's the way mental, emotional stuff, or whether it's physical stuff, whether it's maybe a few inches, or watching that you're maybe needing to, or feeling like you want to decrease on you, or decrease like sugar levels, whatever, something to do with health and well-being as well on the physical side of the body here. So I just feel like there's something like, you know, there's something about, you know, shifting your perspective in that way as well. Okay, so, and, you know, because there is and that you are stronger than you think. That's why they were saying it's not necessarily just about the physical side of things, but it's that, you know, how you're interpreting things in that sense. So, and then on a spiritual level, we have the time guardian. So it's talking about you have time. So number 7 again is about creation, and you know, creation is in creating things, that we are the creators of what it is that we're wanting to do, be, give, and have in our lives, and how, you know, how we want that to look, what we want that to look like, and all that sort of thing. And you know, where they're going. Okay, no, moving on. So, and then we are Bridget. Here we are, 1 is here with Bridget on a soul level. So there's something about maybe you're a little bit hesitant in moving in together with someone, or is in not necessarily a love relationship, but it could be that, like a new relationship in that way. And maybe, or maybe you've sold up a house for some of you, and you're moving, and you're having to move in with, say, a family member for a little bit until the next house becomes available or is built or whatever, until you find a new solution or a different solution. So it's kind of, there's a lot, but there is something about being like at peace and at one with everything. And like I say, there's that whole world collective in a sense. So some of you may be working through some of that, and how does that fit in? And are you working as one or as a team with particular projects that you are working on like right now. So there may be something going on in the family, say, so in different projects. Are you working as a unity, in unity? And there may be business stuff that's going on. Your team may be, are you working as together in union basically? Because I'm just hearing like divine union, and we are one, of both at the both there. So, but here, so that is number 29. So there's something around relationships and with Bridget here, as we are one, and how 2 is about relationships and how we respond to how we look at ourselves, building relationships with ourselves on an emotional basis, but not necessarily but it kind of works around that. But also our relationship with others and how we respond to them and or look at them and respond in some sort of way, and they respond to us, so that and connect or not connect or whatever. And so there's something about looking within as well as without. Okay, without of you. I know, but yeah, I don't know why I went back behind. So some of you will get that. I'll see what happens there. So there's something like that's coming to an end in the way that you're thinking about things, and maybe you're just, some of you are like figuring out your part in it, in the relationship on a soul level, or relationships on a soul level, maybe why things have been the way they are. So not necessarily looking at all the negative stuff or the things that have gone not right, but that too, but all the other relationships. And maybe I'm hearing like something about comparing, to yourself with yourself. What's what happened here and there. I'm going to go that way. So here, what have we got here? So the 10 of Swords is here, which is there's something that's come to an end, and maybe it feels like you're in transition. If you're not, then there's something shifting, your perspective shifting. Because if I'm looking here, I'm drawn back to Gaia's dragon here, the divine union, where she is pregnant there. So there's something new coming out, a rebirth or a new way of thinking, being or doing things. So which makes sense, about something. About a union and your connection to Mother Earth, your connection to your family, your connection to yourself, your connection to how the world events that are going on, community events, and all that sort of thing, and how it has affected you in some way or form. Gosh, this is quite a big one. And then we have here this Knight of Swords. So there's something that's moving quite quickly on a physical level, because it's like maybe some of you get with the 10 here, it's like the 10 is something, you're in transition. So you've obviously, working through something, and it's like you're releasing something from the past, which is probably why we're that way. That's not just within and without, but it's from the past there. But there's something that you I feel like there's something that or some things that you've come to grips up with in your mind, and so you're allowing yourself to move forward, because he's the King of Swords there. So as soon as you do that, it's like the King of Swords here, because he moves quite quickly. So sometimes it can feel or seem like it's a bit disruptive because of the speed that it comes in, but it's like once you get your mind to get it together, it's like, or something's happening, it's like gone. So there's a shift in some way or form or movement, okay, in some of it, but there's a transition here as in letting go of the past, okay, or letting go of stuff that's happened to you before, and you're understanding that more and moving into this, okay. Then we have the Emperor on a spiritual level, because the Emperor is an authoritative figure. The Emperor has, is in his own power. He's a leader. He knows who he is. He knows what he needs and how he's going to get it. But he's able to work with people. Like what I'm hearing is like and bring people together rather than make people disappear. But that's their own choice on that. So it's not as in say make people is like he's forced it. Was what I'm hearing is like they've made a choice and on their journey. That's what they've chosen to do, and that's okay. So he's like, but he knows who he is. It's like he knows what he wants and he knows how to get it. And this is like, basically I'm getting like, that's like, it's like I'm not hearing like this feeling of rush, because I'm just being drawn to noting the time guardian. It's like you have time. So I feel like there's a sense of not rushing, that this is a timely manner, even though this is like something's moving quite quickly, and you may feel like forced or overwhelmed to move quite quickly. But this is about, the Emperor is in control of it. This is about, okay, I know that not so much taking your time, but it's like going with the flow of things and not stressing about it, and just allowing things to flow in the way that they need to flow. So really super listening to your intuition about that. So on a soul level, whatever is happening here brings about some balance, okay? And the Temperance is, I'm hearing balance, and it's about sharing and cooperation on a soul level. So something, I don't know, is happening there. So it's like, in some ways, this is, there's, like I say, there's something moving. Once you get out of your head and let that go, whatever it is that's going on around you. Just going to that one. Yeah, something is moving. Anyway, we're moving on. That would just kind of feel like I need to move on there, and bring it together. So, you see 5, there's some struggle and frustration there with something, with this matter or matters, and you may be battling against someone or something, or somebody or something might be battling against you, but something is moving, because this one, it's 5. So it's a good thing in a way, because I feel like this one here is like, this is like you're over it, you've sorted it where you are with this, and it's like something is moving on. You're getting the Emperor is on his throne, and you're seeing the bigger picture basically, and it brings it, and you're able to bring about a bit of balance, especially for yourself. And for the greater good of one and all, it's like it's out there, but it's like this is about you making that move for yourself, okay? And where you stand with it. There is a little bit of, still a bit of a battle, with a mind battle there, I'm hearing, feeling, but in a physical way that's starting to like shift, and into this here about finding some balance, because here's the 6 of Pentacles. And I'm hearing not just about the physical side of the monetary side of it, but it's about physical health, or health with the Pentacles, as well as family, and energy, health, physical energy and that sort of thing. So it's like something's starting to balance out, and you're able to give and receive some energy, whether that also may mean, financially as well. You're able to contribute and so a bit more than what you have had, or you're feeling like, you may be feeling like it's not exactly what you're wanting to give and or receive back, but something is, there's an exchange there anyway. And this is about being about gratitude as well, okay? But you may find that you're able to, like, I'm hearing, forgive as well. There's some sort of balance in there on a physical level. And also balancing your energy as well. So there's something about, like, with this battle here of the mind, it's like letting, because if often when we go in that space, we can feel it's quite exhausting, and so and so there's this energy being spent basically in here. So this is about like remembering that it's not figuring out what that is of yours and what is not yours. So so there may be a little bit more of a balance, a struggle there. But I feel like that's somebody else's as well. There may be, in some ways, I'm hearing that some of you may be struggling with that, but that's not yours. So just like being mindful there. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles here on a spiritual level. So there may be 3 of you that are working on a project as well, that's coming together. So it's like, this is like you have time. It's like being in control of it, your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings. And it's like, but something is coming there. So I do feel like there's something building, because this is like the 3. 3 is like, obviously 1, 2, 3, the Ace, the 2 of Pentacles, and then something's maybe starting to form or come together with that, energetically wise, as well as financially wise, that maybe you have more clues about what's going on in there. And then we have this one here, the Seven of Cups. So on the soul level, so there's something there where there is, because this is, you know, where I feel like, because I'm hearing the word imagination. So there is can be like about dreams and fantasies, as well as like recognizing what is a dream and what is fantasy, what is make-believe in a sense. So there's something about that is like you're maybe starting to understand, or, you know, realize that on a soul level that some of these things, situations, experience that have popped up may have popped up for you to, where they're going, discern what is, you know, what is dream, what is fantasy, what is reality, you know, that sort of thing. There's something going on there, but being mindful about what it is that is fantasy, you know, or dream. You know, it's what I'm hearing is about, okay, because I've thrown the word in there, I'm hearing attainable. What is attainable and what is not, basically. Okay. Oh, here we go. Because here on the mind in this last row here is, there's something there, and like you've the Three of Cups, and is here. There's something that you're missing, or might be missing. Like there's a gift. You know, there's Three Cups, so you may be sitting there and being in the self-pity stage place here, but there's a gift in the background that you're not seeing, you're not acknowledging that there is something that's coming or there, that's right, that's sitting right there, and not so much right under your nose, but it's like right there, and you may be like turning a blind eye to it. So this is about you shifting that energy. And so on a physical level, that's interesting, that you must see it. Because it's like, this is about like lifting your head up and seeing what's actually what you do have, and being grateful too for where you are and what you do have, and just making, you know, about shifting your perception. Yes, there are some things that are happening or have happened, but I'm not going to sit in there and be, you know, and allow myself to be, to stay in there. And because there is something there, and it's looking for the good. Okay, looking that there is actually, I'm just going to pick myself up and I'm going to carry on sort of for some of yous. But there is something good there, and it's like focusing on, yep, that's taught me a lesson. I've learned from that. It's not all my stuff, and I'm working with that. But there is something else that's there, and there is something else there. And so I feel like on a physical level, you actually get up and start moving, because this is about leaving whatever it is behind with this Eight of Cups here. It's like, yes, it kind of looks a bit bleak in the background, but look at the sun and the moon. They're beautiful, bright and shining, but look in the shining in the out there further in the mountains. So there's light out there on those mountains, and even with the shadow side of things, but you've left it. You're moving forward. So that's you're walking away from, or moving away from whatever it is that has emotionally wise, basically, that you may have let hold you back. And so on a spiritual level, it's like I'm hearing and I'm seeing here that you're moving out of, you're restricting yourself, okay? And that, because this is the Eight of Swords. Now the Eight of Swords is like self-restriction, just to, wrap it up, but from this emotional stuff there, so you're moving through and getting out of your head about it, and like this is because maybe there's something that you weren't wanting to see, usually about ourselves, and also about how we see things, about something else, and you figure it out, because there's a lot of movement here. And then I'm just saying something is like irritating you, and then the King of Cups. Okay, so the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, it comes out here as the last card here, and so that's typically the lovers. So this is, I feel like, on a soul level. So there may be something in that for some of you, this may be a process that you're working through as far as a relationship and releasing old stuff from a relationship or relationships in the past. Some of you may be actually going through that whole releasing a relationship like right now, and then this Lovers card here allows you, or as in right now, because there may be something about, because this is the Lover's card, it's the Knight of Cups, and who wanders on in. But I do feel like it's not just about that, on saying that, but this is like you, like you're walking, you're crossing a path of emotion, and it's like you now know where you stand with that, because it's like you're on a horse. It's like you're doing, I feel like, even though you're a fire sign, like on a soul level, it's like you figure out what it is that you love about you, is what I'm hearing, and what love means to you, in a way. So whether you're a male or a female energies, it does either way. But there's something about that. But it's like, I feel like I want to say this is about you learning to be in love with you at the end of the day. Not necessarily somebody coming in as a lover. But some of you, it may be on a soul level. So I'm just looking at, they've just joined me to going that way and going up that way. So it's like, there is Bridget, there is we are one. And I feel like they're back to this unity again, finding balance within there with what it is that in your dreams and what it is that you are dreaming about. It's like, I feel like you're figuring out, or you're differentiating what was a dream and a fantasy. And like the Knight of Cups is moving out emotionally as well. Maybe got caught up in somebody else's dream or fantasy. And maybe you've been fantasizing about something, and you've realized, that actually I was just dreaming, and dreaming is fine. Fantasizing is fine in a way, but it can be, it just depends okay, what I'm hearing, it depends on what energy is put behind it, where your frame of mind is with it as well. So it's like, it's not, okay, what they're saying is defining what is, and what is fantasy and what is a dream for you, okay, is what I'm hearing with that. So Empress, so there's something about, this is quite nice, I feel like, going across this, so there's obviously a lot of emotional stuff that's come through, that maybe you're sorting out for yourself, and about, I'm hearing to do with relationships with either a lover or a friend, could be boyfriend, girlfriend, partner in that way, or a spouse. But there is past and like something like even in the now. But I feel like I'm drawn to the Emperor is, being that authoritative figure of you, of who you are, knowing what you want, but finding some balance there within what is, like grounding in there. Beautiful. Okay, and so then we have the Empress here, which is, she's about new beginnings, okay? She's about fertility, so something is moving along there quite nicely for you, Sagittarius. And then we have the Fool, which is just doubly, confirming that's like taking a leap of faith in some way or form, with yourself, and, being self-care, and that sort of thing. So she is creating something already, and maybe you are already creating something, and maybe you've held off, and it's go back and forth all the time. But it's like now I feel they're obviously showing there's the time to take a leap of faith in yourself and the process, which goes back to drawing back to this divine union, and you have time, but let's not let's just be prepare, and then we have you are stronger than you think, okay, with this one. So, and there's one more card that wants to come out, and this is it. So the Knight of Cups again. So there's something to do with love. Maybe a new person is coming into your life in some way, and maybe that new person is through a guide or something, and maybe also there may be literally a new lover that's coming into your life, or you may be the lover that's going into somebody else's life. And so this may be what all this is about for you, whatever it is. Cool. Anyway, there is a lot more to talk about, but I feel like this could go on forever and ever. I hope that resonates with you. Anyway, I could talk on forever, but they're just going to go cut it there. So the Knight of Cups, I feel like this is kind of helping like lift the energy up and that sense of hope and love and yeah. So anyway, this is exciting. I'm excited for you. So awesome. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for you now, Sagittarius. So lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure, and prosperity and abundance. And we'll see you next month.